War and peace are often the business of men. This year, a woman led America and its allies into battle in the Balkans. She held together a fragile alliance, and because of her, a madman was stopped. Number 8 is Secretary of State Madeleine Albright.
Congratulations, Madam Secretary.
For the highest-ranking woman in the history of the U.S. government, 1999 was the year of Madeleine's War, the battle against Slobodan Milosevic and his gruesome ethnic cleansing campaign in Kosovo. To Albright, who fled from both Hitler and Stalin as a young girl in Czechoslovakia, and who recently discovered her Jewish ancestry, military force against human atrocities is a moral imperative.
I have made no secret of my views and will continue to speak out against injustice and brutality.
During her 4 years as ambassador to the United Nations, one issue obsessed her: the ethnic fighting in the former Yugoslavia. And so, as Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright gave Milosevic an ultimatum: accept the peace settlement negotiated at Rambouillet or be bombed. He refused. She made good on her threat. In late March, the 11-week NATO bombing campaign against Serbia began.
There is one reason only that we have moved from diplomacy backed by the threat of force to the use of force backed by diplomacy. That reason is President Milosevic.
Experts say that without her daily phone calls and hand-holding among NATO's 19-member coalition, Western unity would have disintegrated. On June 3rd, Milosevic surrendered. Secretary Albright turned her attention to the 800,000 refugees and their safe return home. Whatever the outcome in the Balkans, Madeleine Albright has established herself as a voice of authority. She embodies U.S. foreign policy based on strength, freedom, and compassion. Our countdown to Biography of the Year will continue in a moment here on A&E. Welcome again to Biography of the Year. Our countdown continues with number 7. He has charisma and cool. He's the kind of athlete who comes along once in a lifetime. He broke unbreakable records, and many people feel the best is yet to come. Number 7 on our countdown, Tiger Woods. He's this year's $6 million man. At 23, Tiger Woods capped one of the greatest seasons in golf history by shattering 50-year-old records when he won 4 straight tournaments in the 1999 season. These days, Woods is showing that he has longevity as a winner, and there's a more mature Tiger on the links.
I'm growing. I'm definitely growing as a player.
It's been a season filled with extraordinary shots, drama, and emotion. In a week surrounded by tragedy following the death of golfer Payne Stewart, Woods held his focus and went on to win the Tour Championship. Perhaps the most unforgettable match of the year was his one-stroke victory against 19-year-old Sergio Garcia in August at the PGA Championship in Medina, Illinois. In the final round, a defining moment for Tiger Woods, the crowd was rooting for his opponent rather than him. Just a few short years ago, the crowds always cheered for Tiger. In 1996, when he turned pro at 20, Tiger Mania was the rage.
I'm Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods.
After a hot start, Tiger's career cooled. Many wondered if he would ever fulfill his promise. Today, he has a steady girlfriend, a new caddy, a new agent, and his father has taken a lower profile. With just 4 pro seasons under his belt, Tiger Woods can savor his 1999 winning streak and look ahead to more seasons of history-making golf. Next, a woman who is both loved and loathed. She stepped out from the shadow of her husband's tarnished presidency to venture where no first lady has gone before. Number 6 is Hillary Clinton. The year opened with the trial and acquittal of Hillary's husband, President Bill Clinton. He asked the nation and the First Lady to forgive him.
I honor her.
The country's sympathy turned to Hillary. She became more popular as the woman scorned than she had ever been as an independent First Lady. The stage was set for Hillary to strike out on her own. She became the only sitting First Lady ever to explore an elected office. 26 years ago, the promising young lawyer served on the Watergate Judiciary Committee. Then she poured her own political aspirations into her husband's rising career.
When you think of Hillary, think of our real slogan, buy one, get one free.
But for the public, the idea of a co-president in the White House was no sale. But 1999 was a different year. It was time for her own political future to take center stage.
Now, I suppose the questions on everyone's mind is why the Senate and why New York and why me?
In June, when she announced her exploratory committee for the U.S. Senate race in which she would oppose New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, her popularity was at an all-time high. But as her New York State listening tour began, Hillary faced charges of carpetbagging and running her campaign at taxpayer expense. The Clintons came under fire again in September when they were about to borrow money from a friend to buy a $1.7 million home in New York's fashionable Westchester County. With days to spare in 1999, Hillary announced her intention to run.
So the answer is yes, I intend to run.
The campaign will not be easy. There are no free rides to the Senate through New York, even for a First Lady. Still, she seems determined to go through the fire on her own. This is the year the language of pop culture took on a Latin accent. Most Americans agree life is crazy. This year, though, we're all singing about it. La Vida Loca. Number 5 is Ricky Martin. He's the new Prince of Pop, young, hot, and leading the Latin explosion. Ricky Martin catapulted to American stardom this year. He won a Grammy for Best Latin Pop Performance. His looks and sex appeal make women, even Madonna, swoon. And some say the Grammys made him an overnight sensation. But it was a longer road to the cover of Time magazine than fans might think. 27-year-old Ricky Martin worked hard in the music business since he was 12 years old. He lasted 5 years as the youngest member of the Latin teen group, Menudo. Then in 1990, he signed with Columbia Records and over the next 8 years recorded 4 Spanish-language hit albums. Along the way, he pursued an acting career and in 1994 landed a role on General Hospital.
My life, Brenda. That's what my father expected from me. That's what my whole family expected from me, to hold on my feelings and to be understanding. Like if what mattered to me wasn't important.
But music was his calling, and Martin never gave it up. Finally this year, with the release of his first English language album, it all came together. His debut single, Livin' La Vida Loca, has become the biggest selling #1 single in the history of Columbia Records. With his polished looks and pulsating rhythms, Ricky Martin crossed over from Latin pop star to global phenomenon. And in the music biz, that's the sound of gold.